Here is a complete scene 1 expanded to approximately 800 words with no heading. I created an original story since you didn't give a topic this time. If you want it on a specific theme, tell me and I'll rewrite it. The wind pressed gently against the tall grass as Amina stepped onto the old, cracked pathway leading to the abandoned observatory. She had passed the hilltop for years, always wondering what secrets the forgotten dome hid, but tonight something different tugged at her. An uneasy glow pulsed faintly from beneath the rusted metal door. The sun had slipped below the horizon, leaving behind streaks of deep purple and ember orange, and the air buzzed with that strange quietness that only arrives just before night truly settles in. Amina tightened her grip on her backpack straps. It's probably nothing, she whispered to herself, but the tremor in her voice betrayed her disbelief. A faint hum vibrated in the ground, soft at first, like a distant generator waking after years of rest. She paused, listening. The hum deepened. Her heart matched its rhythm. A pair of crows lifted from a nearby tree, cawing sharply before they vanished into the darkening sky. Amina flinched. Every instinct in her tugged backward, urging her down the hill, back toward the lights of the town where everything was safe, predictable, normal. But she had come this far, and the mystery before her was stronger than fear. The observatory stood like a forgotten titan, its metal ribs exposed where years of storms had peeled away outer plates. Vines crawled up its sides like nature trying to claim it back, weaving into cables and broken panels. The massive dome, once able to rotate smoothly, was frozen in place, its slit facing an empty patch of sky. Amina approached the door, feeling the temperature shift as she drew closer. The air grew warmer, tinged with something metallic, and the faint glow beneath the door flickered, brightening, dimming, brightening. She knelt, touching the metal. A soft vibration traveled through her fingertips. Not natural. Definitely not natural. Something shifted behind her. A crack of twigs. She spun around. Relax, it's just me. Malik stepped into view, breathless, his bike tossed somewhere near the base of the hill. His shirt clung to him with sweat, and he looked equal parts annoyed and curious. You really thought you could sneak up here alone? I saw your message. Amina exhaled in relief but shot him a glare. You scared me half to death. You scared me when you texted, if I don't return, tell Miss Javiria where my math notebook is. Who sends a message like that? He stepped closer, noticing the glow. Whoa, that wasn't there yesterday. No, Amina said quietly. It wasn't. They both stared at the door, the pulsing light washing across their faces. Malik crouched beside her, running his hand over the metal surface. It's warm. Like seriously warm. How is this thing even getting power? It's been abandoned since the blackout 30 years ago, Amina finished for him. When the professor disappeared, Malik swallowed. Yeah, that. The hum grew louder, and for a moment Amina felt it travel up her spine like a ripple of electricity. She pressed her palm harder against the door. Then, click, both of them jumped back. The door shifted, just slightly, but enough to release a thin line of blinding white-blue light through the crack. A cold draft seeped out, chilling their cheeks despite the warmth they had felt moments before. The sound inside was clearer now, soft whirring, mechanical, deliberate, alive. Malik's voice wavered. Should we go in? Amina didn't answer immediately. She watched the crack widen another millimeter, the glow intensifying. The light flickered in a rhythm that almost resembled breathing. She felt it again, an invisible pull, like the observatory itself was calling her by name. Her heart pounded, not from fear, but from some strange sense of recognition, like she'd been waiting for this moment without ever knowing it. Yes, she said finally, surprising even herself. We have to. Malik let out the breath he'd been holding. Of course you'd say that. Their shadows stretched long and distorted behind them as Amina gripped the door's edge. Malik placed his hand beside hers. Together, they pulled. The hinges groaned loudly, breaking years of silence. With each inch, the light spilled out brighter, enveloping the ground like a spill of liquid stars. As the door opened fully, they froze. The interior of the observatory was nothing like the dusty ruin they expected. The space glowed with floating panels of light that drifted like translucent screens. Thin streams of luminescent particles flowed upward, disappearing into the dome above. In the center stood the massive telescope, but it had changed, sleek, humming, alive with energy. The entire room looked like a heartbeat away from stepping into another world. Amina felt her breath catch. Malik silently mouthed, "What is this?" But Amina had already stepped inside, drawn to the center as if the very air had wrapped invisible fingers around her. Beneath the telescope's base, something small pulsed, a sphere no larger than a cricket ball, hovering inches above a metallic platform. It radiated the warm glow they'd seen outside. Amina reached out with trembling fingertips. The moment her skin brushed the light, the observatory roared to life. The floating panels snapped into alignment. The dome shuddered. The telescope turned toward the sky with mechanical precision. A deep resonance filled the air, ancient, intelligent, awakening. Malik shouted her name, but she couldn't hear him anymore. The light swallowed everything.